Um, yeah, next thing. I'm gonna pull this up here because I'm kind of excited about this. Moving away from DC a little bit, we're gonna check out the Halo trailer, the series. So, let's see. Too loud. All right, let's get this going. Let's check this out. If you haven't seen it, here it is. If you have,
You. Humanity's best
looks great,
weapon.
and it sounds like they're using the
Master
sounds
Chief,
from
huh?
the video game, which is amazing.
The Master Chief was enhanced and trained for one purpose: to win this war. He and the other Spartans are our only effective weapons against the Covenant. He is lethal, upgradable, and most importantly, controllable.
Covenant forces appear to be excavating some kind of object.
I think the voice is
When I
great.
touched the object, I felt something. I felt different.
No, it's no Steve Downs, but I think it's excellent.
Makes you numb.
And you just decided to help me. Why would a Spartan do that?
What does one do with a superhuman you're not sure you can trust?
Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
Master Chief recovered something.
Sacred ring. Halo.
Humans. Surrender to the Covenant.
Cortana, I'm gonna need you now. Find the Halo. Win the war.
I can't wait for that show. Like I honestly cannot wait for that show. I've been a Halo fan since 2001. I cannot wait for it at all. Um, yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be better than I think anybody was thinking it could be. Um, because I wasn't expecting for it to look this good, especially being Paramount. I still think it kind of looks like it's got a budget similar to that of like the Star Trek shows that we've been seeing on Paramount Plus, but it's Halo. Like it's legitimately Halo, and I know there was some speculation also on the whole aspect of the Silver timeline being a completely different timeline than the video game. I'm all for that because it's going to allow them to explore different aspects of the franchise in a way. Yes, it's going to borrow from the games. Yes, it's going to explore ideas from the games, but it's also going to be able to do its own thing. And I do like that quite a bit because I think they would have been a little too. There would have been too many constraints had they had to stick to the video game lore, especially because I think there's some things that didn't work in that franchise over the course of what 8 games or 9 games that they've had in total with Halo Wars and Reach and everything. There's a number of things that just didn't work, and this gives them the opportunity to get away from those things that didn't work and do their own thing. So I'm really excited about this show, and there's some things that I really, really like. Obviously, the look of Master Chief, I think, is amazing. I think they did a great job, and showing a character looking. And again, this could be just editing, but it appears this character who's going to be one of the main characters looking up at Master Chief, seeing this powerful super soldier. That's important to me because you need to make him feel like he's he can accomplish anything. And I'm getting more spam here, so let's get rid of that real quick. Uh, let's see. So that's exciting. And then, like I said here in this scene here, I absolutely love because the minigun sounds like the turret from the Halo games. I thought that's phenomenal. I literally the gun sounds just like it does in the game, which I love. And then we get another shot of Master Chief. The visor is a little weird. I think it's a little too crisp and clean, and I think I think it needed to be a little more transparent than it is. To me, it makes him look a little more robotic than he really should. But again, it doesn't ruin it for me at all. I like how they show the augmentation done to his body, which is hopefully going to play a big role in this series, and explaining that to the viewer. We get to see Marines, which is really cool. I do like that. Dr. Halsey. Now, this actress, what is her name? Catherine. I can't remember what her name is. I'm not a big fan of her as an actress. I hope she does okay here. She was on a show that I really like called Designated Survivor with Kiefer Sutherland, and she was the worst part of that show. I really could not stand her character on that show. I'm not a big fan of her as an actress, but hopefully she's able to pull this off as Dr. Halsey. And then I love just the shots of the other Spartans here, which I was really curious if we were going to get other Spartans in this show. That is something that I was kind of hoping we would see, because I read, especially the first 3 books that came out for the Halo lore. I read those books, and some of the best moments in those books were the relationships being built with all of the Spartans. And I've always felt like the games have lost a little bit of that. We had some of it in Halo 5, and I really wanted them to continue that, and they didn't with Halo Infinite. But Halo Reach was great with it. Halo 5 did well with it. I just don't understand why they got away from it in the games. So I'm excited that they're bringing it into the series here. And then we see them here walking. What is that, gray team or silver team or something? I'm not great with my Halo lore. I know there's some people like Hidden Xperia out there, or uh, Act Man and stuff like that out there on YouTube who are phenomenal when it comes to the lore of Halo. I'm not that verse in it, but I do love Halo a lot. I don't know if you can tell my excitement here. I am very excited for this show. Let's see. Okay. We're gonna show it here. The Elite. Now, a lot of people thought at first this was the Arbiter from Halo 2. I think this is just an Elite. I think this is just we get a close-up look and design of an Elite, and I think it looks phenomenal. There's some people out there who say they don't like the design because it is slightly different than what we've seen in the games, but I think it looks phenomenal. I really do. We get a nice shot of a Warthog driving, which we better see a whole bunch of Warthogs in this, let me tell you. We see some explosions, some fighting. We get another shot of Master Chief. Uh, there we go. Another shot of Master Chief there. And superhero pose. Such a poser for Marvel fans out there. I'm going to play this for there. Crud. We get like this first person view right here. You can see like his gun right here. So I don't know if they're going to go and have moments. I don't know if you remember that Doom movie that came out, I think it was like 2005, where they had like a whole sequence of like a first person shooter in it. That movie's terrible. I don't know if they're going to go for something like that here. Excuse me. I'm not completely against it. If it's done right, I think it can be done well. But it's really interesting to see how they're going to handle this, because if you watch this scene play out, it goes from first person and seamlessly transitions to being third person outside of that, and he's fighting 2 elites, which I think looks phenomenal. I love the movements and the way that he's taking on 2 elites. Just feels very Master Chief to me. He takes it and he's using everything at his disposal. He takes his gun and he shoots one of them, and he turns around and he smacks the other elite with his gun. I think it's phenomenal. I think that's exactly how Master Chief would handle something like that. But seeing again another shot of Master Chief, and he's all banged up there, but again looks phenomenal. And then he's grabbing an artifact, a Forerunner artifact, and him being a reclaimer, humans are reclaimers, is definitely going to play a role into this. And the one thing that I was also worried about is like, how are they going to do this? Are they going to really get to the Halo ring in this show? Is it going to be getting off Halo? Like, what's going to be the catalyst of the show? And it seems like this artifact as they're hunting down the Covenant, they come across this artifact. He touches it, and Master Chief is the one that actually learns about the Halo ring before they go and find the Halo. Like in the game and in the books, they have no idea what Halo is until they get to the Halo ring. It looks like he's going to know about it here early on. So at the end of the trailer, he says, "Find Halo, win the war." I think that's going to be something that is the catalyst of this entire show, is going to be finding Halo, at least in this first season. And then if we get a season 2, I think it'll be on Halo, which I'm kind of excited about. We got some cool looking visuals, cool cities, young John, seeing like she's confused, like why is he helping me? Again, it's showing the humanity. I think they're going to be using that character to show the humanity and the compassion that Master Chief has, because we need to have a connection to this world, and Master Chief being the main catalyst, being the only main character, wouldn't give us that. Whereas I think with somebody like this, that's going to give us our entry into the story to relate and to understand what is going on and to have an impact on us, so we care about these characters and what's going on. And a great shot of the Pelican there. I just, these visuals, everything looks so good. Like I can't, like I said, I feel the budget is around what the Star Trek budget is, maybe a little higher, but they made it all look damn good. I think that's Lord Hood with Halsey there. People really aren't sure who that is. All right. This was the money shot of this trailer, believe it or not. People have been wondering what's Cortana gonna look like, and people are upset about this. And I'm not gonna say I hate it. I'm not gonna say I love it. I kind of understand that they wanted to make their own choice and go their own direction with it. I don't know why they went this route, because the Cortana from the games is such an iconic look of the character that you would have thought, hey, they would just go that route. But you have to imagine that they had different models and designs made up, and this is the one they felt was the best looking, and this is what they're going with. This also may not be the final form or final look of Cortana. This could be when she's part of a ship AI, like part of the ship, but when she's the AI in the chip on the back of his helmet, when she pops up, like it could look different. So I'm holding judgment until I see the film, but I don't think it looks bad. And the fact that Jen Taylor, the voice of Cortana in the video games, is doing the voice here, absolutely just tickles me. I love that. I love that she's part of it, because she wasn't originally. The character who was playing Halsey, whatever her name is, she was going to be doing both parts, but due to scheduling conflicts, she could not do both parts, which is fine with me because I'm not a big fan of hers. Jen Taylor doing it. Perfect. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we get the intense music, and we start to find out beautiful shot of the Phantom there. More Spartans. Miranda Keys. We start to get more information on what this story is going to be about. Like I said, it's about finding Halo to win this war. Because if the Covenant are able to start their great journey by finding the ring, they could destroy all of life in the universe. And I think that's really what they're going to be going for here. And I'm okay with that. I think again, these visuals, High Charity, you have the Prophets, it all looks amazing and fantastic. And this shot here, so this character is a human character who is raised by the Covenant, which is brand new to Halo for sure. So it's going to be interesting to see how she fits into this and what her main purpose of this show is. My guess is it's going to be the equivalent to that human character on, that's going to be with Master Chief, giving us an insight to how we should feel there. She's going to be kind of the insight to the Covenant. But yeah, and then what's attacking these men here? They look like the worms that create the hunters in the game. So that'd be really interesting if that's what those are, because um, I've never seen them not in hunter form, so it's interesting for sure. And then great shot there. Again, this trailer gives you everything that you would want in preparing for a Halo television series. And the fact that it comes out March 24th, which is less than 2 months away, excites me more than it probably should, but I'm real excited about it. I can't believe it's finally happening. We've been waiting for live action Halo since 2006 is when they announced that Guillermo del Toro and Neil Blomkamp were going to be doing a movie, and then that never panned out. And then in 2013, they announced Steven Spielberg was going to be doing a television show, and then it took until 2022 for this show to finally come out. It feels like it's been forever in the making, but I cannot wait to see it. So let me know your thoughts below on what you think of the Halo series trailer, what your expectations are for the show. Are you excited about it? Or are you mad that they are changing the lore up that has its own timeline, the silver timeline? I'm all for it. I can't wait to see what they do with it. And what do you think about the design of Cortana, Master Chief's voice? Because it's all different from the games, but I think it all works, and I'm excited to see how it all plays out. What's going on, guys? Did you enjoy this video? If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And for more, hit subscribe with that little notification bell. That way, you'll be notified every time a new episode drops. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.